So in order to prosper, you have to create more than you consume. My body is so cooked, bro. We just finished a chest workout. I was like, you know what? Can't let this good feeling go to waste. So as I'm walking back, I'm realizing, I'm thinking in my head of what I said earlier, that to prosper, you have to create more than you consume, right? And then it thought me, how can I apply this biblically? How can I relate this with God, right? Because it's always so important, you know, self-help and certain things like that, yeah, to a certain extent is very helpful, but it's also important to relate that back to God, especially if you have faith in God and you pray and all these things, right? It is always so important to bring it back to God, because then at that point, if you're not bringing it back to God, you're bringing it back to self, and that's just going to lead to self-glory, pride, ego, and things like that. So instead of doom scrolling and watching TV and all this nonsense, right, that we do in our fun times, right? And there's nothing wrong with doing it, you know, here and there and relaxing and chilling. You had a hard day at work, or you know, you just want to catch up on a good show or something like that. But if it's consistently every single day, you're choosing to do things that aren't prospering you, right? That's when it becomes an idol. That's when it becomes a problem. So I'm thinking, hold on, if we read the first chapter of Genesis, right, and I have the verse right here. It's Genesis 1, verse 26, and it said, "And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the flesh of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So then it hit me, if we are created in the image of God, if we are created by God himself, and if God is a creator, and if God's purpose within the 7 days was to build creation, then how come us, his creation, since we are made in his image and his likeness, isn't it maybe a possibility that a little bit sense of our purpose is filled within creativity? And I'm not talking solely just artistic things and doing music, and because not everybody's gifted in those certain things. Not everybody enjoys those certain things, but you can still be creative in the way that you live your life. And God made each thing in its own time. Even the plans that he has for your life, God has an according timeline of how things are going to go down. The days are already written, right? We just have to find that willpower that we get from God to continue our day, each day, in and out, and grinding and doing all these things, connecting with God, right? But if we are made in the image of God, put aside all the artistic gifts, why not create a schedule? Why not create a board, a vision board, or creating things like that, right? This allows us to envision the things and then we put them into motion the same way that God did, right? The Word was with God and the Word became flesh. So the Word turned into action, into a personification, which is Jesus, which is another video that we can talk about. But the Word turned into something. So yeah, you can say a lot of things, you can say words and all these things and the plans that you have, but if you're not putting them into action, it's not gonna last, it's not gonna work, right? As long as everything is connected to God, that is the main key, right? Because the relationship that you have with God determines everything else. The work that you put in with God determines everything else. If you are lazy in your prayer life and your spiritual life, you're gonna be lazy in the physical life. You're not gonna wanna go to work or wake up and stuff like that. So, and I'm speaking to myself too, we got to encourage ourselves, discipline ourselves to be creative. And it's not just artistic gifts, but creating a way of life that resembles God. So I want to challenge you guys. I want to ask you guys, what is something that you can create that can better your life? It could be a change of diet plan, a change of habits. What can you do that can help you, first of all, and most importantly, give glory to God? What can you do for God? What can you change for God? But what can you also provide a change for yourself in the way that you live? So this is a quick video. I pray you guys enjoyed this video. Whoever it helped, you know, I'm grateful you guys checked in and tuned into the video. Just a quick little message. If you feel like it was helpful, you know, anybody that it could be helpful towards, just send the video, share, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what is one thing that you guys can change, that you guys can create for God and for yourself. So I pray you guys enjoyed the video. It's been cozy. Yo, we gotta keep creating, bro. I keep saying that. Oh, I'm gonna be back, and I don't do nothing, man. I gotta keep going. I've been active on the TikTok. Y'all gotta follow me on the TikTok. But the YouTube, we gotta be more active, man. We gotta be more active. So I pray y'all enjoyed the video. It's been cozy. Yo, let's go enjoy the day, bro.